Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is the halfway point of the season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. After this race, we will be halfway through the season, the 13th race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. We are here at Gateway, not Myrtle Beach. I'm changing it all around. Gateway has really been a good track the past couple of races I've done here, so I decided to have the Cup race here. 48 laps for the KFC 400. And how about this? Part-time drivers starting on the pole. Biff Crafton in the number 33 will start first for this race. Alongside him is Aaron Walpole in the 55, our past champion Roger Carruth, Mitchell Millian up here, L.J. Mills, Tyler Selsman, Caleb Hoffman, Max Neuwerf, Garrett Sonor, Warren Henniger, Will Blake, Dean Wicker, Cameron Garlington, Ferdinand Gabat, Dane Amon, Marshall Free, Cody Hagen, Austin Spencer, Abe Troxel, Mason Powers, Riley White, Zachary Fitzwater, Jonathan Skivnicki, Cameron Gaju, Alan Cavignaro, Tristan Walker, Eric Powers, Stuart Gratton, Christian Nastor, Trey Bartow, Joffrey Toussaint, Justin Roberts, Elijah Gordon, Nicholas Samadeo, Diego Stevenson, Michael James, Jesse Turner, Jacob Reed, Joe Larvin, Alonzo Mapdalio, Darlin Kenyon, and Eric Iden. The full field starting here tonight at Gateway. So yeah, I originally was going to have the race at Myrtle Beach, but Gateway's been really good. It's a great track, and we should have a good race here tonight. Make sure nobody's having any problems. It looks like we're all good. So this should be a good one. It's considered a short track, but it's 1.25 miles long. It races like a short track, but we get pretty high speeds on the back stretch and the front stretch. The pace car has pulled off. We're ready to get racing. For the first time the Cup Series has ever been here at Gateway, and we'll see how it all plays out. Pace car has pulled off. Biff Crafton and Aaron Walpole. Green flag here at Gateway for the KFC 400. Here comes Roger Carruth for second underneath of Aaron Walpole. Biff Crafton in the 33. Oh no, we got a crash in the back. Oh no, Aaron. Well, no, actually, excuse me, Eric Powers. Oh my. That's bad. Caution is out. Biff Crafton leads it. Hopefully we don't crash again. Usually, that was a really weird I hate announcing now. It's just gotten worse over the past few races for some reason. I'm all tongue-tied and all that for some reason. I really don't know why. Anyway, this is coming out of turn... Oh, Mason Powers kind of got Fitzwater loose, and that spun Cavignaro around, and that clogged the racetrack up. Oh, Kenyon is who hit Eric Powers. Eric Powers really took an interesting ride down the backstretch there. He got the rear wheels lifted off of that car, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, before this, I think these guys have problems before the race. Yes, Trey Bartow had engine problems starting the race, and I think that might have been what caused... Nah, not necessarily, but that really shuffled the back of the field up. And here's Fitzwater. He was the one that originally got loose. He's in the middle here. Mason Powers kind of comes down on him, or Fitzwater went up, and then Fitzwater came down to Cavignaro, and he clogged the racetrack up, and Kenyon really hit the 38 hard in the rear. Toussaint all torn up. That's Darlin Kenyon. Nicholas Amadeo, Eric Powers, Cavignaro had some damage. Stevenson with damage. I think Michael James might have been part of this as well. I'm not entirely sure. Not really. He was able to avoid it. But we'll follow here with Eric Powers, and look at that. That thing went really high. Kind of interesting to see that at a track like this. This is considered a short track to some people. We do hit slow speeds at this track, but that is really interesting. We'll go on board here with the guy who hit him, Darlin Kenyon. Darland. I keep on leaving that D out of your name. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's see how this all played out. You're going to see the cars go around in front of him, see all the smoke, and then whammo. Right there is where he hit Eric Powers, and all kinds of good cars all torn up down the backstretch. Trey Bartow had an engine problem before all of this, and he's probably going to be heading to the pit road because of trouble on his car. But anyway, Biff Crafton, the part-time driver, is out front, and we'll see. We might have a set of pit stops coming here. Make sure everybody's okay. Jinx. Cody Hagan winner. Oh my, they're clogging up here. Tristan Walker, our last winner, went around, and so did Christian Master. Man, they did not get that one figured out too well. Does look like a couple guys are coming in. Roger Carruth and LJ Mills, but most of them are staying out. So yeah, some are coming in, some are staying out. I really don't get this. Okay, they really messed that up there. But anyway, we'll get to the restart here at Gateway in the KFC 400. Biff Crafton leading this race. Okay, coming to the restart here at Gateway. Biff Crafton still out front. Aaron Walpole, Mitchell Million. Good to see him up here. Highest of the rookies. Tyler Selsman and Caleb Hoffman in the top 5. Neuwirth, Sid Noor, Blake, Garlington, and Wickard, the top 10. Some guys did pit. See some guys back in here. Cavignarola was involved. He didn't get too much damage. Anyway, here we go. Green flag back out in the KFC 400 at Gateway. Biff Crafton out front. But Aaron Walpole looking to strike here in the early parts of this restart. Walpole has never gotten the Cup Series win, but he's coming up on the back bumper of Biff Crafton. He's actually been there because he's in second place. But trying to make Biff Crafton make a mistake, like going high on the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. We saw that in the truck race and the Crown Royal Series race. If you go too high, you lose a lot of momentum, and that inside lane can get underneath of you. Mitchell Millian trying to get by Aaron Walpole for second. And it looks like he's going to be successful at it. This 19 has really not been a factor at all this whole season, but it's good to see him up here, battling for a win, trying to make the chase in this number 19 and become another rookie to make the chase. We've had, I think, 20 rookies this season. Pretty much all the part-time drivers except for Biff Crafton were rookies. But Biff Crafton is an experienced driver. He has won in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series before, and trying to become the first ever part-time driver to win a race in the Cup Series here tonight. And if he can do so, that would open up another spot for another driver that doesn't have a win to make the chase when we get there. So, some of these guys who are really high in points, who have that consistency to make the chase, would like to see Biff Crafton win. If they're kind of stuck back here in 15th or so and can't get to the lead, and we have a caution. Well, Cavignarola is all torn up there. Christian Master with a lot of damage. Cavignarola got spun in the Crown Royal Series races as well. And actually, Master, he went really high in turn 4. Elijah Gordon hit Zachary Fitzwater. Elijah Gordon came down on Justin Roberts and Alan Cavignarola there. And, those guys barely missed it. Spencer and Skivnicki barely missed that. Fitzwater, who actually is last in points, not having that good of a race. He's not getting pushed around. But man, the same thing happened to Elijah Gordon that happened to Eric Powers earlier, just not as violently. Right here, he comes down and Cavignarola hits him, and that's probably going to end Cavignarola's night. Of course, Cavignarola does have a win. He's in the chase, but that could be frustrating to your morale, especially this close to the chase. We're only going to have 3 races left before the chase after this one: Indianapolis, Michigan, and Nashville. So you want to do good before the chase starts, even if you know for sure that you're going to be in it. Anyway, Biff Crafton still out front in this number 33, but he hasn't made a pit stop yet, so we'll see how that all plays out here. And he's going to make him now. And they're kind of fast on that apron there. We'll see who wins the race off of the pit road. Of course, pit road's open. You've seen a couple cars coming in already. They're actually dissipating out, so they're going to head to the garage. They're probably out for the race. Probably Cavagnaro was one of those guys, and maybe Fitzwater. They both had a lot of damage, and so they're probably going to be out for the rest of the race. But here is the race to the line. We have the line right there, so it's easy to tell who wins the race off once we get to it. Have all the guys coming in here. And guys like Roger Carruth, you're going to see the 17 here. He made a pit stop under that first caution, but he was actually quite far back. But he might make a faster pit stop than the rest of these guys and get some position on the racetrack. And Walpole's going to win the race off at the pit road. Crafton did not get off. He's going to get off third. And Aaron Walpole trying to win his first career first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race he has a Napa fan win. And Mason Powers, a little strategy, stayed out in this number 31, trying to get his first career win on Napa fan. He's never won before and has been in nearly every race. So we'll see how he does with the restart once we come back here to Gateway. Okay, back here at Gateway for the KFC 400. Mason Powers stayed out on that caution. He is the leader. Aaron Walpole won the race off at the pit road. He's second. Mitchell Million, Biff Crafton, Caleb Hoffman, the top five. Let's get this one back green here at Gateway. We've had two pretty big crashes so far, but hopefully we can race this thing green till the end. We did the same thing in the Crown Royal Series race. We had two early crashes, but then raced the rest of the race green. But we'll see how it all plays out. Mason Powers hits a good jump on Aaron Walpole. Walpole must have missed a shift there or something. He kind of slowed down there when I spun the tires, even though he has new tires. But he's coming up fast now on Mason Powers for the lead. Powers trying to win his first career Napa fan race here tonight. But he's got to hold off Aaron Walpole, trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race, and he's got to make sure he doesn't get spun by him. Oh, man, Walpole's really using the bumper on the 31. The 31 does not have fresher tires like the 55, so it's a bit of a challenge for Mason Powers to stay up front. Walpole's going to use the high lane to try to get a run on him, but he's not going to be able to do it. Here comes Mitchell Million, trying to get second from him. And Mason Powers, after almost getting spun last time around by Aaron Walpole, is going to stay out front. And here comes Mitchell Million, taking second from Walpole. Hoffman in the 15. The MWR teammates doing a great job here tonight. And they're up front here in this race. Mitchell Million trying to get by Aaron Walpole, but he just can't do it. Passing is possible, but it's tough here at Gateway. And just as I say that, Mitchell Million gets by Walpole for second and now is looking to take the lead from Mason Powers in the 31. He's right on his back bumper. He's going to do the same thing. Nope, he's actually going to get underneath of them and take the lead. Or is he? Can Powers get the run on the high lane? He will. Mason Powers still out front. Mitchell Million trying to make it stick in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Caleb Hoffman for third underneath of Walpole, and Biff Crafton, who was the leader before that second caution of the race, on this inside lane trying to get fourth from Walpole. Mitchell Million with a nose underneath of Powers, trying to do it, and it looks like he will. Mitchell Million, the new leader here at Gateway. And it'd be great to see this guy get a win. He has been doing pretty lousy this season. And so has Mason Powers. A lot of these guys up here have not won yet this season. As a matter of fact, the first winner we have in the field is Tyler Selsman in the 78. He won in Atlanta earlier this season. But other than that, we got Abe Troxell and Tristan Walker back here, but there really aren't many winners up here. So it's a great opportunity for these guys to get a win. But Mitchell Million is pulling away. Mason Powers a little slow on that 31 because he does not have the tires on that car. The new tires, the not worn tires on that car, and it is a little slower for him around the racetrack. Hoffman trying to get by him so he can battle for the lead with Mitchell Million. And how about this? Garrett Sonor moving his way up in this number 16. He won a Crown Royal Series race. He won at Road America. Now trying to get up front. He's getting by Aaron Walpole. He's got Biff Kraft in front of him. And Sonor trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here tonight. But Million, after getting by Powers slowed the rest of the field down, and Million was able to pull away and trying to get his first career win on Napa Fan here tonight. This is the only series Mitchell Million races in. Whereas Hoffman, I'm pretty sure he has, as of now, one. He has one win on Napa Fan. Trying to get two here tonight. Trying to get by Mitchell Million. Biff Crafton, he's back up to third. Garrett Sonor is in fourth, and Aaron Walpole is in fifth. A lot of the tight racing, with Mason Powers, he's slow because of those tires. He's holding up some guys back here, but he has fallen back a lot. And a lot of that tight racing was caused by Powers, and pretty much the top 8 actually, have not had that tight racing as we saw earlier on the restart. Mitchell Million leads it at the 175-mile mark. Of course, that's shortened down to 15%. But in relation to what would be a full race here, that would be 175 miles. And we'll definitely have another set of pit stops. So this thing is not going to be Mitchell Million is going to lead the rest of the laps and win the race. We're going to definitely have another set of pit stops before this thing is over. And, whoa, a little loose there. Sonor trying to get by Crafton. He's got a good run. But Aaron Walpole taking advantage of Sonor's slip, getting underneath of him for fourth. Max Neuwirth in the 83 up here. Garlington as well on the 72. Tyler Selzman, Dean Wickard. Tristan Walker won at Daytona. He's in the chase. Got LJ Mills, Ferdinand Gabat. Rajat Karuf. He hasn't really been too good. Our past champion this season, trying to win a race. Right now, he would not make the chase. He's got, after this race, 3 more chances to do so. But with the way it's looking, it is looking like our past champion will fail to make the chase this season. And the interesting thing there, I think these guys back here are closing in on Mitchell Million. Caleb Hoffman in the 15, trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Biff Crafton trying to win his, I'm pretty sure, third career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race. Walpole trying to get his first. Sonor trying to get his first. Neuwirth trying to get his first. Garlington trying to get his second. Selzman trying to get his second. And Wicker trying to get his first. So a lot of guys who have never won in the Cup Series before are up here in this race here tonight. And even some guys who have never won on Napa Fan before are up here as well. Like Mitchell Million, he has never won on Napa Fan before. Matter of fact, he's actually the only one in this top 10 that hasn't. The rest of the guys have. And Hoffman is definitely closing in. The Toyotas are doing pretty good. I mean, we got Aaron Walpole up here. We got the 83, the 26 is here as well. We got the 18 running pretty well. We got a lot of Toyotas up here. And interestingly enough, we only have one Ford in the top 10. That's Garrett Sonor in the 16. We are over halfway through this race now. And Mitchell Million is still out front in the number 19, trying to hold off Caleb Hoffman in the 15 for the win. For the lead, because we're still going to have to make another set of pit stops. So this racing right now will affect how they come out of the pit road, but barely, because it's a green flag pit stop, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. But they're still racing for the lead, and if you're the leader in making pit stops, it's a good thing to be. It's a good place to be, but Caleb Hoffman really wants that position. He's right on the back corner panel of the 19, but he just can't get it done. And Mitchell Millian still leads in this number 19. And we have raced green for quite a while in this race, so it's good to see that. We had those two early crashes, but other than that, it has been clean and green since, and I'm pretty sure the pit stops are starting here. Got some guys in the back coming in. Here comes Will Blake making his pit stop, and they come into the pit road. Actually, sorry, Will Blake completely missed the pit road. Couldn't make it stick, and not going to be able to make his pit stop this time. That's going to really slow him down. Here comes Dalio in. We'll see if any of these leaders come in. I don't think they are quite yet. We might see, yep, the 83 coming in to make his pit stop. But it is still Mitchell Millian out front. We will follow the lead here until the leaders make pit stops. And it will be soon. Now, these pit stops are really spaced out. And when they're spaced out, it could definitely affect the running order once we are done. Riley White already made his stop. He's now a lap down. Here comes Millian into the pit road, making his second pit stop of the night. Biff Crafton also coming with him. The earlier you make your stop, the better, I'm pretty sure. Because you got those new tires ahead of the guys who haven't pitted yet, and you can get that advantage on them out there on the racetrack. Caleb Hoffman and Riley White kind of showed us that those new tires definitely work. He's pulled away from Hoffman here. See, is anyone else going to come in? Here comes Walpole and Hoffman and Senor. Everybody. Of course, Newworth already made his stop. I'm pretty sure Powers also did as well. He stayed out on that last caution. And it looks like Marshall Free missed the pit stall. A lot of guys are missing the pit stall. But at least he's not hitting the pit road wall, like at the Darlington night. Another one. That's Elijah Gordon. That's going to bring out the caution when the pit stops are happening. Oh, my goodness. Will Blake hit him as well. And I'm pretty sure the caution's going to come out here. Yep. Wow. Will Blake all torn up, our points leader. And Elijah Gordon, I think he tried to make the pit road, but he couldn't do it. Oh, I see what happened. He just came in. He drifted the thing into the grass for some reason. I don't know. That's the third time I've seen it in this race. Will Blake missed his pit stall. And he kind of hits the wall there, comes up on Hyde, and he gets spun around. And then Will Blake comes here and hits the 5 pretty hard. And that's going to bring out our caution when the leaders were in the pit road. That's going to shake everything up. The first place driver right now is Walpole in the 55. So he's going to be the leader for this caution. Some guys will come in the pits, some might not. It's going to be very interesting. Because they're going to take a while to actually race back to the line. Oh, little incident there. Roger Groove hit Ferdinand Gabat on the pit road. Some guys are going to race to the line, some aren't. Like Hoffman, he has to race back to the line. And, some guys here on the leaders who had their pit stall before the finish line are going to be ahead of the leaders who had their pit stall ahead of the finish line. It is going to shake up things so dramatically, and that's going to really be a benefit to the guys who didn't do as well in qualifying. Let's see, the first car in front, behind the pace car right now is Max Newworth. If I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Walpole is making his pit stop right now. But if I'm not mistaken, this guy, Max Newworth, is going to take the lead. He won the truck race here yesterday And he's trying to make it 2 out of 3 on the weekend. He almost won the Crown Royal Series race as well. He definitely had a good car for that race. You see those guys coming into the pit road, and Aaron Walpole done with his pit stop, I should say. I'm not mistaken, he was the only guy not to make a pit stop. Where's Spencer? I thought Spencer was another guy. Okay, here come some more guys coming in to make their pit stops. Mason Bowers, Warren Henniger, Dane Amon coming in. Newworth is still out in this 83. Biff Crafton, Cameron Garlington, Tristan Walker trying to make it 2 in a row. The only 2 times so far this season we've had a double winner is when they have won 2 races in a row. Dane Amon did it at Texas and Rockingham, and Abe Troxel did it at Texas World and Road America. But it's anybody's game right now. I'm pretty sure Newworth is going to take the lead. Marshall Freeze shown in 6th place. Wait a minute. No, he's not the leader. Okay, Walpole is still the leader. I'm sorry. Okay, messed that one up. That is your leader, not Newworth. Everyone in front of Walpole is on the tail end of the lead lap. If I'm not mistaken, they should go by the pace car. I'm not entirely sure if they will or not. Guys like Fitzwater, Roberts, Stalio, they're a lap down. Hoffman is in 2nd. Sid Noor is in 3rd. Wickard is in 4th. Salzman is in 5th. Marshall Free is in 6th. And then 7th place is Newworth. So technically we got these 6 guys that are racing, because the rest are on the tail end of the lead lap or a lap down. But that is your leader. I do apologize for that little mix-up there. And as I said, it dramatically shaked it up, having that caution come out during the pit stops. And we'll see. We'll get to the restart here in the KFC 400. Okay, we're about half a lap to the restart, but thing won't accelerate properly. So anyway, Aaron Walpole is the leader. Caleb Hoffman, Garrett Zanor, Dean Wickard, Tyler Salzman, and Marshall Free. All 6 of these cars are racing for the win. But they got all these guys in front of them who are on the tail end of the lead lap or a lap down. This is going to be interesting. It is still anybody's game here at Gateway. And we could definitely have another caution before this thing is done. Anyway, here's our leader, Aaron Walpole. We got all these slow cars in front of the leaders, too. That's going to really shake things up. And these guys in front of them are going about 3 or 4 wide. For the lead, Aaron Walpole still out front. Hoffman trying to get by him. You got to maneuver this traffic perfectly. Here comes Hoffman for the lead, trying to get underneath of Walpole. The MWR teammates always seem to be with each other in every race. Here comes Hoffman, and here comes Dean Wickard in the 26. Another thing is, if they crash in front of these guys might arc a brake right into them. They're side by side for the lead with 12 laps to go, and Hoffman's going to get the advantage on Walpole. I tell you, this is a mess. Dean Wickard trying to get second from Walpole. Oh man, these guys have got to be careful. Hoffman going underneath of 2 lapped cars. Oh boy, gotta be careful. Marshall Free is slow. He's still in 6th place, but he has fallen back from the pack. Walpole still working the high lane, but Hoffman still has the inside, and the way they're racing in front of him, I wouldn't be surprised if they crash soon. But Hoffman trying to win his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series race and make it into the chase for the 2nd season in a row. The number 15 last season was driven by Cameron Gaju. It got a win at Darlington. That is a chase race. We know this 15 is capable of winning, and we definitely know for sure that Hoffman is capable of winning. He has a Truck Series win. Here comes Walpole trying to get by Dean Wickard for second and trying to catch to his MWR teammate. But as long as this thing stays green, I think it's Caleb Hoffman's race to lose. Oh boy. You know it's going to be interesting when lapped cars get underneath of you. Now Hoffman's stuck on the high lane. And that's going to allow... Oh yeah, he's going to get stuck on the really high lane. Here comes Dean Wickard into 26. Well, it was Caleb Hoffman's race to lose. Wickard trying to get by Hoffman, and with all these lapped cars, it is just a mess. But I am surprised that they haven't crashed. I really am. The way they're racing. Oh, they're bumping off each other. That's Jacob Reed bumping the race leader. Oh, crash! Walpole in the wall and Senor. Hoffman gets the race back to the line. Oh, man. That's gotta hurt. Walpole had been so solid all night long trying to get his first career Cup Series win, and near the end he crashes. Now this is a good thing. Now we are within 10 laps. That means we will not have any lap cars on the inside lane, and that means, since we had a caution, that all those cars that were in front of the leaders will now move to the back of the field. So that is a good thing. We will have a clean race to finish this one out here at Gateway. But we'll see. Will anyone come in the pit? I don't think so. There's no need to. But Hoffman able to hold off Dean Wickard and get the race back to the line. That kind of hurts that his teammate had to bring out the caution there. Those teammates really do work together at MWR. They're always really close to each other in each race. They either crash together or finish in the top 10 together. One of the two. And tonight it was going to be that both of those MWR cars were going to finish in the top 10, but they were not. Oh, Aaron Walpole at least was not able to hold it. And we won't review the crash. We kind of saw what happened there. It wasn't anything major, so... But Aaron Walpole has a little damage, but I think he's still going to be able to continue, but he might not go as fast. He might be like Marshall Free here. And you see all those cars who were in front are now racing back to the end of the field. So now it's a clean playing field for these guys in the final few laps of the KFC 400. And a spot in the chase is up for grabs. Selzman's already in the chase. He has a win, but he's the only one in this top 5. 10 probably, actually. Yeah, top 10. Then actually, oh sorry, Walker has a win, I'm sorry. Selzman's pretty much the only one in the top 5 that has a win and can do whatever he wants to get another one in this number 78. Garrett Senor and Aaron Walpole. Michael James is going to be the only car in here that's going to be in the way. The top 4 have it easy, but anyone behind Michael James, they're going to have a hard time getting by. So the 4th caution of the race brought out by Aaron Walpole. We'll get to the restart, the final restart of the race right now. Here we go. It will be 4 laps to go in this race when we cross the line. And Hoffman, Wickard, Selzman, Senor, and Walpole are the top 5. Can Hoffman get his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win here tonight? We'll see. 4 to go here in the KFC 400. Who's going to win it and make the chase? And Walpole is slow. Here comes Selzman in the 78. He wants another win. He's getting underneath of Wickard. And that's what Hoffman wants to see. He wants to see those guys racing hard for second place so he can pull away. Selzman's trying to get by Wickard. Can't quite do it. Senor up high. He's going to fall back a little bit because of that. And Dean Wickard is right on the back bumper of the 15. Really close here for the lead. This 26 has been the dark horse pretty much the whole race. I'm pretty sure that Dean Wickard has not led a lap in this race so far. But right now, he's on verge of possibly winning. But Hoffman able to hold him off behind him. 2 laps to go next time by. The top 4 are still right on each other. 2 laps to go here in the KFC 400. Caleb Hoffman trying to hold off everyone behind him and get the win. Dean Wickard trying to get Hoffman to make a mistake. Trying to close in on the 15. He's right on the back bumper. Here we go. The final lap of the KFC 400 here at Gateway. Can Hoffman win the race and get into the chase? Dean Wickard's another one of those guys who hasn't gotten a win yet this season. Will Skivnicki, who just pitted, affect this whole thing? Oh, Mason Powers off behind them. But it is the last lap. And Skivnicki gets underneath of the 26. That's going to help the 15 pull out and get the win. Caleb Hoffman wins the KFC 400 here at Gateway. He is in the chase. Let's see. We actually were kind of having some of those guys in the back make pit stops. And Mason Powers, I saw him get spun on the final lap there. Dana Munn in the 40. Coming to the finish. And Mason Powers flat spotted the wall, but no caution came out for it. And the 15 of Caleb Hoffman, with help from Jonathan Skivnicki in the 41, would come home with the victory here in the KFC 400. What a race. It was a good one here at Gateway, and I'm glad we had the race here. And I'm pretty sure Caleb Hoffman is glad about that as well. He is in the chase for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series for his second straight season, and he will fight for a championship when it comes time. So we only have 3 more races left in the regular season. Who's going to make the chase? We'll see when we head to Indianapolis, which is the next race here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and hopefully that'll be a good one. Trey Bartu, who actually finished last in this race, won that event last season. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Caleb Hoffman, and I will see you guys later. Here are the points for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.